Stand up guy, stand up guy, motherfucking propaganda guy, swears to God he's a handsome guy, probably can't even stand up right, sitting in his room by the candlelight, thinking of all the people he's been abandoned by, buying all the dope his dealer can't supply, this is the pussy we've been slandered by, and Tony Pete's is who he's handled by, cause there's no doubt that this man is bi, so cocksucker you should answer my motherfucking question when I ask you why. You once got blown by a fucking tranny, reached in his panties, and you grabbed a guy, a random guy. And man, do I have a hard time understanding how you stand beside a motherfucking dude and get so confused, or is this exactly what you fantasized? Cause you can't deny that dicks are something you're distracted by, and I have a bad feeling that you're after mine, cause you're such a big fan of mine. You remind me of that Charles Manson guy. Are you Catholic, a witch, or a warlock, bitch? It seems to me that you just can't decide. One minute you're praying the rosary, next minute you're practicing voodoo, putting a spell on someone, or threatening to fucking vandalize a car, a truck, or a house, and then you threaten my spouse. And this is the reason I am the guy you're about to be fucking dismantled by, canceled by, trampled by, cause I'm the fucking man, and you were just a love Vanda guy. Yes, oh. You went to Thailand to fuck lady boys, but you still had to pay these boys. Took them to your room filled with booze, dope, and some shady toys. Then you asked them to sit on your lap and your filthy cum so lazy, boy. That's crazy, boy. You got a tranny pregnant and that bitch gave birth to a fucking ass baby boy. Damn, isn't that so satchio? You overdosed on a sack of blow, a bag of dope, some crack you smoked, liquor, hash in a fat ass bowl. You fat asshole, you could never even snatch a hoe, a ratchet hoe. But one thing's for sure, and that's that you are definitely a faggot though, maggot bro, and damn you slow. Can barely speak fucking English and constantly trying to use words that you don't know. Dumb motherfucker, yes, oh! I'm out. That bounce it tight. Peace. Peace. Peace.
Yizzo, what's going on, everybody? All right, so this morning I woke up and I was listening to my usual politics. You know, I listen to news every morning and political, stuff. And I thought, let me check this fucking jerk off's channel and see if he did a video. And I checked it out, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, am I excited. I got chicken skin. This fucking video is amazing. Okay. This video it's Tony Pizza just without even trying, telling us exactly what he's all about. Just with a few words, like the reason I titled this $24 for dinner. That's because Tony says at one point he got $35 yesterday in his Cash App. That's all he got. Then he says, Jay-Z, I love that song. What are you? How dare you? Oh my God, I'm disgusted with you. Ducks. He says he spent $24 on a dinner. Now, that's what I mean when I talk about Tony. I mean, that sums him up right there. And the whole beginning is great because he's doing what he used to do all the time. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by what text message from Shadow. Anyway, he's getting himself caught again because I screen recorded this video, okay, for when he takes it down. He's saying in this video that he is not going to need donations again anymore a week from now. Oh, hell yeah. He's saying he's not going to be needing donations anymore. That's it. He's getting a job. He's going to be working a week from now, and he'll be on his feet. And that's it. Now, why does he do this? He does this because, this is when people ain't donating. It's like, well, listen, guys, I did get a job. I just need donations one more week. Just one more week. It's that shit. And it works sometimes. It does. He's done this a million times. He said over and over again, I got a job. I'm starting in 2 weeks. I just need money to get me through the next 2 weeks. And then when 2 weeks is over, something happened to the job. I didn't get the job. So of course he doesn't have a job waiting for him. A week from now, what he's going to do is he's either going to pretend and show no proof whatsoever that he's working, or he's just going to say the woke joke's called, or something happened and he couldn't get the fucking job. So now he has to, get donations again, of course. So we're going to listen to this, and it's going to be good because I was cracking up listening to this. It is classic Tony, man. Let me see what you guys are saying in here. 1 more week, he gets his disability check. That's another thing, yeah. He gets his check, so it's time to go away for a week. FBS, have you heard the newer song "Go Brooklyn"? Talib Kweli and Mano. The beat is a great old school anthem. No, I haven't. I'll check that out though. "Go Brooklyn." That reminds me of what's his name? Not Schoolie D. Audio 2, Top Billin'. Wait, no. "Go Brooklyn" is in that sample is in LL Cool J doing it. Anyway, I saw some of Pizza's video. He's too hard to listen to. Yeah. Oh man. I like the first 15, 20 minutes of this is just gold. But then he goes on to talking about Dominic Sicali and the mob and how Dominic wasn't shit and all that, which is just so stupid because come on, man. He was a real guy, Dominic. You know what I mean? So it's so stupid for Tony to say these things. And it's like when he does it, it's like he's comparing himself to these people, and you can't compare yourself to Dom Sicali, not in any way, shape, or form. The guy's not even in the life anymore. He's a fucking multi-millionaire. I guarantee you he is. So, and when he was in the life, he was, hold on. He was a big deal. He was kind of a big deal, So he was a serious guy. He got bodies and all that shit. So Tony cut it out. Sorry, my head, you could see where it was bleeding up there. I still got the yarmulke on. I can't help it. I fucked myself up so bad. I don't even want to leave the house because I'm gonna have to change this fucking bandage. I'm afraid to even take it off. So I'm probably gonna hang out here all day. Besides, I gotta plant some grass. I got some patchy spots. I don't want it to be all muddy and shit. When it, I don't want to have when it rains, in the fall and winter and spring and shit, it's just straight mud and the dogs track that shit in and everything. So I got to go plant some grass. And then I got to do more painting. The job is bullshit. What about Leon? He can't leave Leon alone. Does this mean Leon is no longer with him? Oh yeah, Tony. What are you gonna do? You got caught, fuckface. What are you gonna do about Leon, stupid? What are you gonna do? We love you more, Michael. What are you gonna do, dummy? Let's see here. Let's listen. Guys, please donate today. I'd appreciate it very, very much.
And I'm fighting with unbelievable muscle spasms and everything else from being in the car.
Sorry, I started. Let me get back. Besides, by the way, too, this sob story he gives is just unbelievable. I mean, oh my God, he's just whining like a little bitch the whole time. But while he's saying all this stuff, he's going to start talking about how he's starving, he's losing weight. You know what I mean? He cut his food consumption by half, stuff like that. I want you to remember that at one point he says, I spent $24 on dinner. Guys, listen to me. Is $24 a lot for dinner for maybe me or you? No. But you have to put yourself in his shoes and say, okay, I'm a homeless guy. All I have is a piece of shit aviator. I got no fucking money. I got no, look at it from the perspective of a homeless person who is living day to day and just needs to stretch their money as far as possible. And remember, he got $35 and he spent $24 on dinner, which leaves a huge problem. Because that's $11 fucking dollars he's got left. And as soon as he wakes up, he needs a $7 coffee, he needs a pack of cigarettes, he needs gas, he needs breakfast. Okay? So $24 of a $35 donation he spent on fucking dinner. I told you this. I'll tell you again. I brought it up yesterday. I could go eat 2 hot dogs from a gas station. I could eat canned food. I could eat fucking bread and butter. I could eat a sandwich. I could eat whatever. If I had $35 and I was starving, and I don't know if I'm getting any more money, I'm going to spend tops $5 on dinner. Maybe. I don't even see myself spending that much. Is he fighting with Chicago muscle spasm? All right, that's all right, I guess. What's up, War? I heard some street sounds in the video. He probably heard you talking about how quiet it was. He went to his car. Probably. All right, let's listen. You know how it goes. It takes a while. Silence. I don't want to fast forward, though. I might miss something. Yeah, for real, Ducks. No, for real. Yeah, no doubt. During the 2008 recession, we lived off 7-Eleven pizza because I was broke. LOL. It was cheap and it worked. You do what you got to do. Absolutely. Yeah. Fucking right. Oh, you hear him? I didn't even notice.
What's happening, everybody?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about the earlier show. I had to answer a call. It was an important one.
Yeah, right.
And
he's never gotten an important call.
I had to get off the show.
That's his job, I bet.
And
his battery just died or something, probably.
After that, I basically shut down for the day. So I'm in a lot of different kinds of pains.
But by shut down for the day, he means he turned his phone off. That's it. That's it. He turned YouTube off, not even his phone.
Due to, my eating habits have been cut more than in half.
Here we go.
My body's just fucking freaking out on me.
Again, this is for you, Tony. Everybody else knows this. This is for you, what I'm about to say. At what point would you decide, okay, I got to go make money by any means necessary. I got to go get a job. And I got to get a job I could start today or something. At what point, like after your muscles hurting, your bones are hurting, you're starving, you're miserable, you're confined in that small space, because he gets into that in a second too. At what point do you say, okay, maybe it's time to stop waiting on donations and go do something? At what point?
But, little by little, I'll regain everything.
Yeah, Michael, for real.
So the good news is that
Yeah.
I'll be working by the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, definitely locked in
Yeah,
to
probably.
this job. So I don't got to worry about nothing.
He'll be working by the end of the. Did he say by the end of the week? Okay.
Once I start working, I'll be coming on, you know, periodically to update you guys on how things are going. And, you know, I won't be needing donations anymore.
Now, guys, somebody write it down. September 23rd, 2025. Tony Pizza said, a week from now, I won't be needing donations anymore. Okay? Remember that. Now, here's the thing. Let me tell you what's going to happen in the first week. If he just doesn't blow out, you know, just tell everybody, hey, I didn't get the job after all. He starts working in a week. Okay? So what's he going to say? Oh, I started working. I don't get paid till next week. So it's another week I still need donations. That's what he's going to do. If he doesn't just say, turns out, you know, I didn't get the job or the woke jokes ruined it for me. Oh my God. Yeah. There's temp agencies where you can go and work that day. You could go and get a fucking gig for the day and you could just go whenever you want and work. Yep.
So this will probably be the last week of me asking for help for gas or food or anything.
Remember this. Remember. Because a year from now, I'll be like, damn, I wish I had that clip when he said he fucking, you know, when he said he wasn't gonna need donations anymore a week later. And now look.
This will be a free show. All my viewers and fans, and
it's a chore for him to do his shows for money. Can you imagine him doing it for free? No fucking way.
People that have donated, I can say thank you for everything, and you know, you don't have to worry about sending me money anymore after this week. And I'm very grateful. I mean, I woke up after a long nap. I got to save my energy, and there was $35 in my cash app, and I was very grateful for that. I went and bought some dinner, and I spent $24. $24 on dinner.
Hold on. Let me go back just 1 second.
For that, I went and bought some dinner. I'm very grateful. I mean, I woke up after a long nap. I got to save my energy, and there was $35 in my cash app, and I was very grateful for that.
Now that means he was broke. He has a total of $35.
I went and bought some dinner, and I spent $24.
Now here's the amazing thing about Tony Pizza. Everybody knows that's ridiculous except for Tony. When anytime I bring shit like this up, Tony will respond to it by saying, what am I not supposed to eat? What, I don't deserve to have good food? No, you don't. I'm sorry, you don't. If you're not willing to do anything to get yourself food, then no, you eat whatever the fuck you can eat. Okay? And he doesn't see that that's absurd. $24 for fucking dinner? My dinner last night wasn't $24. My dinner on the average night isn't $24. Most people's isn't. You buy ingredients, you cook fucking food for everybody. Maybe you feed the family. Make spaghetti and meatballs for the whole fucking family for $24. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing that he is the only one that does not see that there's something wrong here. You get $35 and you spend $24 on one meal. knowing you're going to be hungry again. He even says it in a little bit. He says, yeah, because he's catching up. I'll be hungry again in 2 hours. So what does that tell you? So he constantly puts himself in a situation where there can never be enough money. Because guess what? If he would have gotten $85 last night instead of $35, he would have spent 70 something on dinner. He would have. Okay? He talks about people living outside their means. He's unbelievable. I'll never forget. He got 70 something, 70 bucks or 70 something. I forget. And he bought an $80 dinner. That's what he made for the day, 70 something dollars. And he bought an $80 dinner. I put it in one of the songs. Imagine that. Imagine how fucking nuts you have to be when you're a homeless guy who has nothing. And it's like, whatever I get today, I'm spending on one meal. So then by the time I'm hungry again, I'll have to beg and plead and sad fish and do everything I can to get people to give me money so I can afford the next meal. Rather than just saying, okay, here's $35. This has to feed me. I can't worry about gas. I can't worry about cigarettes. I'm dying here. My muscles hurt. I got to save my energy. I'm napping all the time because I'm so exhausted from being, malnutritioned and everything else. Malnourished. I'm sorry. You would say, I'm going to spend how long do I think till I get more money? Maybe let's just say worst case scenario, 2 days. Okay. That's 6 meals. I have to make this buy me 6 meals. This has to pay for 6 meals. So I can spend X amount on each meal. That's it. That's what you do, but not Tony. Tony is so spoiled. That's what's amazing. The entitlement. He is so spoiled because you got to think, as a kid, he got whatever he wanted. Okay. He lived in a, family that was, I don't think they were well-to-do or wealthy, but comfortable. Okay. Average family, they can get what they need. He didn't grow up in the slums. He didn't grow up in the ghetto. He has no idea what that's like. Growing up, in a situation where, the bills are, a constant problem and you're struggling to make ends meet, or your family is. He has no idea about any of that. So he got what he wanted as a kid. As soon as he left home, he went to his aunt's house and got whatever he wanted from her. Whenever he left there, he became homeless. And you've heard his stories. He just told a story about a week ago. He would sit out there and he would collect enough money that he could get himself a hotel room and a nice dinner for the night. Imagine you do nothing ever. And you're used to, you just wake up. What do I need today? Oh, I want to get a nice room tonight, $300 room. And I want to get a steak and lobster dinner. Okay. So I need, say $400. All right. So he goes and sits out there till he gets $400 and then he blows the money. And it doesn't matter because the next day he'll do the same thing all over again. And everything gets handed to him. Everything. Let me tell you something. This is how drug dealers are. I know I was one of them. At least at first, when you really first start making money, you just blow your money. You know what I mean? You make however much for a day, you go blow that on sneakers, clothes, whatever, because you're just going to re-up and make the same the next day. Let me tell you what happens to every drug dealer. I tell friends of mine who are still drug dealers this. I tell them all the time. Because they'll make comments like, oh, yeah, you do shit legit, but you got to pay taxes, shit like that. Small price to pay. I didn't really start building shit until I started working for my money. Seriously. Like, I made 10 times more selling drugs, but I blew it all. Mostly, Once you start working and it's like, okay, I got, say, $600 a week. This has to pay for everything. You know what I mean? Like $2,400 a month. My rent is this much. Car payments this much. Utilities are this much. If you got a kid, you know what you got to pay for the kids, your lunches and fucking clothes and all that stuff. And you figure it out because you start to understand the value of money, and you start to realize, like, wow, I worked fucking X amount of hours for this little bit of money right here. You know, like, even if you're going to spend, say, $30 on a dinner, it's like, well, this shit, depending on, say you make $10 an hour. I worked 3 fucking hours for one meal. Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And you don't know how many drug dealers I know on the streets. They had nothing. They lived with their mothers, or they lived with some girl. They had all types of clothes and jewelry, maybe even a nice Cadillac that was in the chick's name, but they didn't actually own anything or have anything until they started working. Now they're making a fraction of the money, and they managed to have more than they ever had before. That's Tony. Tony has, and it's the same reason. You know, drug dealers, it's like you're printing money. You could just decide how much you want to make one day and make it. Same thing with Tony. Tony could just go out there and he'll spend however much time it takes to get whatever amount of money he wants, and then that's it. And he didn't actually do anything for it. He didn't actually do anything for it. So, and it just comes so easily. It comes so easily that it's like, fuck it, I could just blow this and I'll go back out on the corner tomorrow. You know? So that's why he will never snap out of this. And that's why what I'm saying makes no sense to him. No sense. He doesn't understand that. It was, what do you mean? $35 or $24? What's $24? It's money that could feed you for the next 2 days, but instead you turned it into one meal. And now you're going to be bitching and whining about how hungry you are, and you're going to expect people to give you more money because you blew the last money they gave you. You know, that's Tony. That's what he'll never get. That's why it's like talking to a brick wall when you're trying to explain to him that, you know, spending $24 on one meal after you only made $35 for the day is absolutely ridiculous. He doesn't get. He's like, what do you mean? He said it before. He's like, well, I don't deserve to eat well. No, you really, really don't. I mean, that's like saying, what, I don't deserve to live in a mansion? No, because you don't do things that afford you that lifestyle. Okay? So if you don't do shit that you know, to make money that can, where as to where you could buy a $24 dinner, it's not going to matter. And I'm not acting like a $24 dinner is expensive. Believe me. I'm saying for a homeless person. Okay. If you work every fucking day and you make a decent living, spend whatever the fuck you want on dinner, as long as you're not going to fuck yourself up financially. Or even if you just do these shows, you collect donations, you pay your bills out of those donations. You don't fucking come on here every day and tell everybody how hungry you are and how, you know, give them a list of your problems, you know, then do whatever you want. But if you're going to constantly go back to the same well, you're going to the same donors who've been giving you money for years, and you're telling them, I'm so grateful you guys gave me $35 last night. I immediately went and spent 24 of it on dinner. They should never give you another dime again. Because it goes to show, Tony, you will never understand the value of money. Never. Guys, you can ask Ducks. Me and Ducks talk all the time. You know how many things, you know, like for example, you know me, I love sneakers. I lost interest a little bit, you know, since my mom passed and everything. But I collect them. I love them. I love getting them. If there's a pair I want, I want to get it, because Ducks will tell you sometimes that's it. I mean, once they're gone, they're gone. You're going to pay twice as much if you buy them off some sneaker reseller site or something like that. Ducks will tell you probably once every couple of weeks. We'll hit each other up. Did you get these? Did you get these? And lately, Ducks, what have I told you? Nah, I can't. And he'll be like, nah, you can. Well, yeah, I can, but I'm not gonna. I mean, like, I understand there's a time to spend money and there's a time not to. I just spent a lot of money on a vacation. For me, that's it. There's no more spending money for a while. That's it. I got the vacation I wanted. You know, so I haven't bought a fucking thing since we got back from Florida, other than stuff that's necessary. Like today, I got an Amazon delivery. You know what it is? It's a tiller and some seed so I could plant some fucking grass. I mean, I bought some paint supplies lately. That's it. I'm not buying anything. And, you know, it's like a luxury item or something. It's not necessary. It's just how you got to be sometimes. It doesn't matter how much you make. Even rich people got to tighten up a little bit every now and then. You got to. But Tony, that doesn't exist to him. Tony is like, wait a minute. If I got this much money, Hey, I got $35. I'll spend the whole 35 on dinner if I want. But Tony, what will you do when you need more money? I'll just come back to you for more. And you expect me to give it to you? Yeah. He said it himself before. You guys spoiled me. You've been giving me money for so many years. You can't just stop now. I'm used to it. That's what he said. I bought cigarettes, alcohol for Leon, a few rocks to smoke to get the inspiration to go apply for jobs. Yeah. The way Pizza acts is a good indication of his childhood. He must really have manipulated his parents. Of course he did. Hey now, 5 Fat Bald-Sicilian memberships. Thank you, brother. It's the first money of the day, and they went to Dreamer, Lance, Mark Hundreds, Joey Frakes, Charles Sullivan. Nice. Thank you very, very much. And thank you, Miss Can't Be Wrong, for sending me that list. You're the man. Hey now. Hey now. You are the wind beneath my wings. Yep. Undercover or the over-under on pizza punching his boss is 30 minutes. I'll take the under. There's no way he isn't posted up somewhere during the day holding a sign. He probably is. If Pete actually starts a job, it'll be over within a week. He'll say he can't work with the woke joke, LGBT, Devato eating coworkers. Of course he will, no doubt. Yesterday, I was walking in the Walgreens. A young man approached me and said, look, I'm trying to get a home. Can I get a couple of bucks? Or I'm trying to get home. Can I get a couple of bucks? Just so happens I had $2. Normally don't carry cash. Yeah, of course. You know what? Because something like that, I get that all the time. A lot of people, especially where I hang out and shit, a lot of people come over to you. Hey, let me get $2 for the bus. I'm just trying. Are they going to take the bus anywhere? Who knows? But it's $2. Fucking help them out. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's like, just on the off chance that they really just need that $2 and it could change their entire day for the better. Give them $2. It's impossible for pizza to get along with people in the wheel world, as Pizza says. Yeah. Yep. I've noticed since he came back, he's never mentioned feeding Leon or needing food for Leon. Yeah, something's up there. Just happened recently. You told me you wanted to tighten, so you didn't buy a pair. Yeah, well, 2 pairs. Remember, I wanted the fucking red 5s, and I wanted the triple black 9s. And I just had to say, fuck it, I can't get them. You know what I mean? I was talking about it the other night. Even Shanna was like, get them. Fucking get them. Who cares? I said, no, baby, no. It's the discipline. No. I'll get, maybe if they're still on the shelves, a month from now and things are better, I'll get them then or something. I'm not now. I can't do it. Bob Ross of MobTube. I don't get it. Why? I paint pictures? AF75. I noticed that too. I'm worried for Leon. Poor thing. Couldn't even lick his balls without getting yelled at. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, I get in these fucking weird, I go through these phases where it's like, okay, now I'm going to work on the house, and I just go ape shit. But that's needed to be done for a while. I have to do that. I got to get out there and plant that fucking grass because soon it's going to be too late. And I got to paint. That's right. It was 2 pairs. Yeah, I'm a bad influence on you because I told you to get them too. No, you're not, because I understand where you're coming from when you say that, because we do deserve to spend money on ourselves and shit. But listen, man, October 1st, the fucking Rare Air 11s. I'll fucking, if I have to sell my soul, I'll fucking get those. But those are necessary. Anything else I could do without. All right, here we go.
$24 on dinner. And the rest is going for tomorrow morning. Coffee, cigarettes. I feel a little bit better.
Now, let me just, before we skip over that, the rest is for tomorrow. Coffee, cigarettes. Notice what he didn't include. More food, like, breakfast. Now he'll come on today. Well, he already did. This is from today. He's telling you how fucking hungry he is. Okay? Or what is this from? Is this from last night? Maybe it's from last night. I don't fucking know. Because he said, yeah, it must be 14 hours ago. It's from last night. So he said tomorrow. That would be today. So today he has no food, right? Okay. So and by the way, $11, bro. You're gonna get coffee and cigarettes? Where? Where are you going to get the cigarettes? Because my cigarettes are like $12.50 a fucking pack or some shit. And you don't go to a gas station and get a cup of coffee for $1.65. You go to Starbucks, you get a $7 or $8 coffee. That's what you do. So how does $11 even cover that? How? If I get into a cleaning streak, look out. Yeah, man, I go through these things, you know. I'm already like, I wake up, I'm nuts. I really am insane. Like even today, I'm excited to paint. Just because once I know me, once I go on a mission, it's like I won't be happy until it's done. So the quicker I can get it done, the better. You know, like I don't even feel right like laying down at night watching a movie because it's like, well, I could be doing more painting right now. So that's why, guys, I've always been a great worker. When I go to, you know, when I have a regular job and shit, I don't know. It's so hard for me to focus on certain things in life, but other things I get hyper focused on. I don't know why. Did he just say that? So he spent $24 on dinner, which means he'll be on tomorrow saying he hasn't eaten in 5 days. Tomorrow, he'll be on today saying that. He'll be on today.
Dinner. And I spent $24. $24 on dinner.
What? Let me ask this too. I don't want to keep pausing it at the same spot. But what did you eat for $24? In other words, let's say somebody in your shoes. Oh yeah, shit. If it's a paying gig, I'm there, bro. What was I saying? Oh, what did you eat? Like a guy in his position, you figure, okay, he's hungry, he needs food fast food, right? You go to McDonald's, you could still eat pretty cheap at McDonald's. You know, you could eat for, you know, I don't know, you could probably get a couple of sandwiches, like a double cheeseburger, a McChicken, a large fry, and a drink for probably like $7, something like that. And that's a big ass meal for somebody who's starving. Somebody who's starving can't even fit that much food in their stomach. After one sandwich, they'll be fucking exploding. Okay. What did you eat for $24? Where do you go? Where do you go? Like, does he sit down? Does he go sit down at a restaurant and order dinner? Because again, that's something you shouldn't be doing. Oh, I'm down, Ducks. I'll fucking do it. I love painting, bro. I really do.
And the rest is going for tomorrow morning. Coffee, cigarettes. I feel a little bit better. After I eat, I always feel better. But, you know.
Yeah, so does everybody.
A couple hours later, I want to eat more.
A couple hours later, I want to eat more. That's what you call an appetite, fuckface.
You know, my body wants to catch up. And I'm fighting with unbelievable muscle spasms and everything else.
Another thing, Tony, let me teach you. So you know that. You know, okay, well, my body's trying to catch up because according to you, you've been starving. So I'm going to eat now, but then I'm going to be hungry in a couple hours. So I better keep food money for a couple of hours from now. There is no reason, before I move on, I just have to get this out. There is no reason that you should have to spend $24 on dinner. There's no reason anybody should if their only fucking goal is to fill their stomachs. There's no fucking reason. Hold on. What the fuck? Is this guy for real? Yeah. Ducks, BK is giving you chores. He's giving you a job to do. You fucking believe this guy? Oh, do you really? I'm sure you do. You have to. Believe. Ducks, I don't know. If I was you, personally, I would say, BK, why don't you go fuck yourself? Coming here and giving me jobs to do and shit. Yeah, I know. Douchebag. Ridiculous. What the fuck is going on? All right, let's get back to this.
You know, being in the car, close confinement. I mean, like,
yo,
it's
that guy is such a fucking lunatic that he's BK, you were a fucking loser. Yeah, you're a fucking loser. You actually came to my chat. You're blocked in SoFlo's chat. So you come to my chat and you ask Ducks to go over to his chat and pass a message along? Is he fucking for real? You are a psychopath. You need fucking help, bro. You need help. You got to go see a psychiatrist. Holy shit. Yeah, no, not in the message he didn't. Yeah, BK, are you serious? Ducks is like, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with BK? Why am I even asking? He's a maniac. Ducks, Ducks, do me a favor. Go over to SoFlo's chat and tell so-and-so that I'm waiting for them at the Macy's. And what did he say? Oh, gotta love the mob tubes. You do. You really do. BK Shallon, you talked about how YT is everyone's life, and here you are in these chat room, all in these chat room, in all these chat rooms. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 12:03 in the fucking afternoon, bro. And you're already claiming you're trying to fight somebody. You're already angry and pissed off. You're running around from chat to chat trying to get assistance. First of all, you think I'm not blocked there? Yeah, what would he be? What could he possibly be thinking? I think Ducks is on the top of the block list over there. I'm pretty sure. But Ducks is not even that. It's the disrespect of hunting you down. Where can I find Ducks? Maybe Ducks will go into his chat, pass the message to SoFlo for me. The fuck is he thinking? I know where Ducks is. Fat Bald-Sicilians. Jesus Christ. The fuck is happening? BK. Oh, BK, you must be. Holy shit. You have got to get some pussy, bro. My God. Wow. Ducks. Ducks is like, when the fuck did I become your fucking errand boy? Look, I'm good with BK, but if that's really you, BK, why would you ask me to do it? Listen, Ducks, I love you, but you know, you baffle me sometimes. You're crazy for even being good with BK, but that's okay. It's your right. But you know, I mean, the real question is, yeah, why would he ask you to do it? Because he's insane, Ducks. That's why you can't be, and you can't be good with BK. Something will happen in 2 weeks from now. BK will be fucking flipping out. Ducks, you cocksucker, you motherfucker. You want to fucking come to Shallon's? You know, some shit. It won't be long. You can't. There's no being good with BK. He's a psycho fucking path. I think it is. I think it probably was him. What's up, Bensoners kid? How you doing? All right, let's get back to this shit.
It's hard to explain, but you know, it is what it is.
Wow.
So soon we'll be situated again with a place to live, a job.
You know, the only reason I'm sure it's BK, and like in my mind, I'm sure, is because nobody's crazy enough to even think to do that, like as a prank or a way of trolling somebody. Like, let me pretend to be BK Shallon's finest, and I'll go to FBS's chat where BK is not welcome, and I will have him ask Ducks, a guy who is far from being anyone's errand boy, if he'll go to another guy's chat, a guy that Ducks is not a fan of, and pass a message along to somebody in his show. That's too crazy for somebody to dream up. That's definitely BK. There's no question about it. Oh, is it? Yeah, that's him. There's no doubt. No doubt.
And, you know, I'm going to keep it private because, you know, there's scumbags out there that just want to ruin my life.
Oh,
People I never met before.
Because I was so wrapped up in the BK thing, I missed a sentence or two.
But you know,
you can't miss anything in a show like this.
It's what it is. So soon we'll be situated.
Not
again,
bad, not bad.
With a place to live, a job, and you know, I'm gonna keep it private because you know, there's scumbags out there that just want to ruin my life. People I never met before. People that don't know me from a can of beans. People that have been saying negative things about me every
maybe, I guess. I don't know. That's
time I go forward, they knock me backwards and then say they didn't do anything. That it's me. That you know, that reverse psychology bullshit.
No. That's not reverse psychology. It's true. Listen to what he's saying.
You know, there's scumbags out there that just want to ruin my life.
No, nobody, Tony, the only person actively trying to ruin your life is you.
People I never met before. People that don't know me from a can of beans.
We know enough about you.
People that have been saying negative things about me every time I go forward, they knock me backwards and then say they didn't do anything.
We didn't do anything. He's already laying the groundwork for why this job isn't going to work out. Because he's trying to remind everybody of his bullshit story. Oh, look, every time I try to get a job, you know, they hold me back. They do something to stop me from you know, succeeding.
That is me. That you know, that reverse psychology bullshit that they try to pull on people. But you know, as we go forward, you know, everybody's seeing what's real and what's not real. What's real is that Tony Pizza is going to be working again, finally. And
no, you're not.
I'm not making the same mistakes with YouTube to let people know where I am or what I'm doing. So,
listen, man, I'm pretty sure I remember this pretty well. Okay, fairly well. Tony, we never knew before when you said you were working where it was supposed to be, which is one of the funniest parts about you saying we fucked it up for you. It's literally impossible. We didn't even know where you were working. So, you know, this is more of his bullshit story. It's all
you know, I will succeed to the goal that I started this show with 3.5 years ago. And that will put to sleep all these scumbag channels that have been saying.
Can I ask you guys something? Because this is another way you know that this motherfucker is severely mentally ill. When in August, he had a 4-year anniversary show. How is it now, September, and he's saying he's been on here 3.5 years? It sounds like no big deal, but if you think about it, it's one of the craziest things he's ever said. He constantly, for days now, has been saying he's been on here 3.5 years. But he had a 4-year anniversary show, either last month or the month before, July. I'm not sure. July or August. I know because I stole it from him and I made all his money that day. He didn't make anything. So how are you going to have a 4-year anniversary show and then a month later insist that you've only been on here for 3.5 years? Jesus Christ, he's fucking batshit crazy. He really is.
And all these, you know, negative things about me because they have to put me down to make themselves look better. Meanwhile, they don't have no content without me. So, it's going to be a real pleasure to be able to say to you guys when the time comes, this is a free show. No more donations are needed. And the person who says he's got everything he wants, you know, can sit there and cry about $5 donations and be ungrateful for everything that they give him because
when have I ever cried about $5 donations? What is he even talking about?
He doesn't feel he needs to get a job. He doesn't feel that, you know, he wants to go to Vegas now. He wants to relapse. I don't know. I hear a lot of shit. I don't watch.
That's what I said. Bro, Let me explain something to you and everybody else, Tony, because a lot of people have a hard time understanding this. I do a job. I come on here like any other YouTuber. I do my live streams and I make money from them. Then at the end of the year, I have to pay taxes. I have to pay in. Okay? I have to pay into the IRS. In other words, it's a job. Okay? It's just like going to work every day and money is deducted from your check. Well, here it works a little differently. I have to do my taxes and pay in whatever I owe. Okay? Because I guess you're considered maybe like a subcontractor, a contracted employee, something like that, or just self-employed. Depends on, I don't know exactly how the IRS looks at it, but your income, I mean, you do get paid from a company. You get paid from a company. You're just not a direct employee. Okay. And then the Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal, that's like self-employment income. And you gotta claim all that. So a job is when somebody does something to make a living and they pay taxes on that money. That's a job, Tony. Now you, and we'll go over this yet again. You don't do anything. There's no work in what you're doing. There's nothing. Like me, I got to sit here, even when I just do this simple shit, I got to sit here and listen to your lunacy and try to figure out how to provide witty commentary over the shit. Okay. I got to fucking figure out a way to make you, the psychopath that you are, funny. And not all my shows are like this. Sometimes, like lately, I come on here and I talk for an hour and a half without stopping. I got to know what to talk about. I have to have a plan of some sort. Even if I make one up on the spot, I put money into equipment. I put money into your StreamYard. I put money into apps for thumbnails. All that stuff. Okay. You turn on your phone. 25% of your show is silent. And all you do is talk shit, the same stuff every day. You just repeat yourself. Then you refuse to pay taxes on the fuck ton of money that you're earning. See the difference? Probably not. You probably don't.
Watch that asshole. I'm hearing he's pulling every fucking card he can to get money out of people. He's got problems with the wife now, huh? He wants to go to Vegas without her.
I love how people Vegas. You know he watches every show. I think when he does stuff like this, he's trying to make it sound like he doesn't. Do you mean the other night when I said I was having a really bad day and somebody said you should go to Vegas? And I said I could go to Vegas right now. Maybe I will. So now I want to go to Vegas because of a little comment. That's why, guys, I have to be so careful of everything I say because it gets turned into a story when it's not one. Okay. It's like, oh, it goes from me saying, that's not a bad idea. I could go to Vegas right now. Maybe I will. It goes from that to Shanna left FBS, and now he's leaving for Vegas without her. He's going to live in Vegas, and he's going to relapse while he's there. You guys are fucking unbelievable. You're insane. You're insane. I'm trying to go to Florida, not Vegas, and I don't plan on relapsing while I'm there. And Shanna also wants to go to Florida, just not as quickly as I do. But I've waited years and I'm going. Me and Shanna are not splitting up. I promise you, we're not splitting up. She's the love of my life. We had a couple of bad days where we fought. And guess what? We always do. Me and Shanna argue, not all the time, but we argue a lot, like any married couple, of course. But some days I'm in such a bad place where I actually come on here and talk about it. 99% of the time, you don't hear shit about it because why would I tell you? You know what I mean? The other day, I was desperate. I felt like I was really going to do something crazy. I wanted to, express that, get it off my chest. But this is what happens in relationships and stuff. People argue, they fight. The difference between me and everybody else is I'll never try to make my life seem like it's perfect. I'll tell you I have an awesome life. I do. In my opinion, I do. To some people, my life sucks. To other people's, it's a life they dream of having. But to me, it's awesome. Okay. It's not perfect. Nobody's life is perfect. And anybody who tries to make it seem like their life is perfect, those are the most fucked up people out there. Those are the ones that really got a lot of bad shit going on because they're trying to overcompensate like a motherfucker. So that's that. It's hilarious how we can make folks believe bullshit. I know. Believe bullshit. Yeah, I know. If I would have kept the thing going the other day, Miss Can't Be Wrong, they'd be running around right now saying Joey Dimes has Shanna. She's in Atlantic City with Joey Dimes and she left Chris. You know what I mean? Like that's why I can't go too long. I got to make it clear that it's a joke because I could, guys, I came on here years ago in the very beginning and I did a show about Lee Cole being raped in the woods, like the guy in Deliverance. And I did an apology video because I felt so bad. And people in my own comment section, tons of them were like, oh my God, this is crazy. You're a good man, FBS. It's good that you apologize. I can't believe Lee had that happen to him. And it's like, you guys fucking for real? You believe what I just said? You don't see that I'm joking? You think Lee was squealing like a pig in the fucking woods with a bunch of rednecks? I mean, what the fuck? You really can make people believe anything. Yeah, no doubt. We can. We have. Pizza said the notification from Cash App for a $25 loan was the Lord's work, a sign from God. Wow. Oh my God. Jerk off is watching. He's not bullshitting anybody. I know. FBS and Shanna are going to Vegas, and I'm going to hide in their bags and go with them. You're always welcome. You know that, Miss Can't Be Wrong. If you're not arguing with your significant other, you're probably a submissive beta. Of course, and you know me. Anybody who knows me, I don't know what you might think. Maybe you think I'm just like this on YouTube. I don't take shit from anybody, period. I've never been in a situation where the woman is the boss. I love my Shanna, I do, but Shanna knows me, and Shanna doesn't want to be in a relationship like that anyway. You know what I mean? Where her man is just submissive and just, lets her walk all over him. So that's the kind of guy I am. I'm the kind of guy that says, hey, we're moving to Florida. And then if she says no or not, I say, well, I am. I hope you come along. But I'm not going anywhere without Shannon. Believe me, we will be moving to Florida together. But that's the way I am. I'm just like, oh, really? Well, fuck that. No, hell no. No, every woman I've ever known like that, whose husband was a beta, I fucked her because, she's looking for a guy who won't take her shit. Lots of gullible people. Yeah. All right, here we go.
She don't want him to go. Yeah. They got a hole waiting for you out in Vegas. The hole's dug already. Yeah, show your face in Vegas.
What's going to happen to me in Vegas? I'll show my face anywhere I fucking want. I remember when this guy used to say he can't go to South Philly. He'll never go to South Philly. And then I went live from South Philly. It's like, what happened? Nothing.
No. You and Jim Martin, you're gonna be roommates. So, yeah. Yes, this is the toughest battle I've ever had to deal with. As far as being homeless, because I don't have the options of panhandling. I don't have the options of a lot of things because I have too much to lose. And where I am, it's not legal to panhandle.
Tony,
So you can get no.
I'm pretty sure it's not legal to panhandle anywhere, is it? Isn't panhandling illegal everywhere? I'm pretty sure. Like that would stop Tony. It's
Out
not
of trouble real fast and lose everything real fast. I gotta lay low under the radar, not be seen. You know, I gotta find places to park and lay down and rest and keep my dog cool. You know, and keep him at bed.
Guys, keep in mind, chances are he's staying in a motel right now. This is all bullshit from beginning to end. This is all pulling on heartstrings. This is how sad this sounds. Anybody who doesn't know he's a scumbag would want to help him. They'd say, oh my God, listen to this guy's life. This is horrible. And of course, they wouldn't think, nobody would ever assume that this guy's homeless by choice. No one would ever assume anybody's homeless by choice. So they would just automatically assume, wow, this guy just got dealt a bad hand, man. You know, he got the short end of the stick in life. He got screwed. Let's try to help him. He seems to want to do better, you know? And that's how he manipulates people. The problem is, Tony, you can't do that forever with the same group of people. You know what I'm saying? It's just like neighborhoods. Okay, if you panhandle in your neighborhood for 10 fucking years and people realize no matter how much they give you, you're never going to do anything with it to improve your life, they're going to stop donating to you. You're going to have to find a new community, a new neighborhood. Same thing here. You're going to have to take your show on the road, fuckface, and find a new YouTube community because people have figured you out now. Okay, and I truly do believe. Do I believe he's not making any money? Hell no. But I truly do believe he's making a tiny fraction of what he used to. I think he used to bring in 200 to 300 a day minimum. Now it's probably more like I'm going to say this might sound like a lot considering what it looks like when you watch his show. I'm going to say 50 to 100 bucks a day, which is not bad, by the way, for somebody in his position. It's bad for me. It's not bad for him. Because if he wasn't bringing in at least that, he would be going berserk. He'd be threatening to come to people's houses and kill them. You know, Tony has money when he's not going ballistic over money. Okay. And lately he's been nice and calm about money, which tells me he finally decided, fuck it. I'm just going to have to live off the shoebox now instead of begging people for not giving me anything. You know what I mean? So, begging people and have them not give me anything, because it's even more embarrassing then. So that's my opinion. I think he's doing just fine, and I think he's still getting 50 to 100 bucks a day from whatever simps he has left, even if he doesn't do a show. With pizza, it's like Groundhog Day, same thing over and over and over. Doesn't matter how much people give to him. His life never changes. He fucks up every opportunity that comes his way. He does, yes. And the shoebox, yep. Guys, speaking of money and donations, I'm going to need some. I've been on for an hour and 3 minutes here. And I only made $25 from my man, Hey Now, with his 5 Fat Bald-Sicilian memberships. So please, if you can, donate to FBS right now. Dig into them pockets. Pull up those couch cushions, and say, you know what, I could throw in $5, $10, 15, 20, 100, 500, whatever. Right now. Right now. Do it immediately. Right. I can't wait. I need you to do it now. Hurry.
Hey, you know what I mean? When people don't take notice of us both suffering in the fucking car. But we're going to make it through. We're going to make it through. I mean, it's said that things got to be this way. These scumbags have proven nothing but the fact that they're subhuman parasites and they're just fucking feeding off of hate for no fucking reason. They don't have no reason to be hating nobody. They don't know anybody. They're all fucking jerk offs.
Yeah, you haven't given anybody reason to hate you. No, attacking everybody's families and wishing death on cancer kids and stuff. No, I know. And people are crazy. Why would they hate you, of all people? I mean, it can't be possible. They must be putting on an act.
Pillhead junkies, losers, self-hating white people. You know, I want to change the name of my channel to Proud to Be White.
You might be right, Miss
You see how
Campion.
far YouTube lets it go.
He wants to change his channel name to Proud to Be White, and he wants to see how far YouTube will let it go. Tony, you've done probably 300 shows where you've gone on insane racist tirades, just fucking saying the most horrible, despicable things about people, using the most derogatory words and terms, and you don't even get taken down for it. When you get taken down, it's usually for something different. It's never for that. So you think Proud to Be White would, I guarantee you, YouTube ain't taking your channel down. I'm telling you, he's in this Fox News bubble. He truly believes that white people are under attack in this country. He really does believe it, even though white people run the entire fucking country. Okay? Pretty much nothing but white people. But in his mind, no, they're under attack. Yeah, if somebody, I guess in his mind, were to create a channel called Fuck White People, that would be fine. But if they made a channel called Proud to Be White, they'd be taken down. You wouldn't be taken down for that. You wouldn't be taken down for that. Your channel name now, other than, you know, whatever the actual name is, like your little, you know, what do you call it? Your I don't know. It's at Execute FBS. So I mean, Execute FBS. I don't think Proud to Be White will be an issue,
because I am proud to be white. You know what I mean?
It's so dumb. I love when people say that. Black, white, Hispanic, of any kind, Latino. What do you mean proud to be white? Like you accomplished something by being white. Why would you be proud to be something that you have no control over? Like, in other words, I understand saying I'm proud to be a doctor, because that's a huge accomplishment in life. You had to work your balls off in school and go into debt for the next 30 years of your life probably to become a doctor. That's a huge accomplishment. Being born white is just that you had nothing to do with it. So what are you proud of? I don't understand.
More than happy to blast Led Zeppelin out of my car.
It does. He's an idiot.
Not fucking.
I'll execute
that crap that these people play.
Tony lives in a world, man. I used to have a video, and it said, it was like, I think I played it for you guys. It was like, through the eyes of a Trump supporter. And it was like this, I think it was a set of glasses or some shit. And it'd be like a person sitting in public, and they would see some Asian people sitting across from them having, like, you know, lunch or something. And then they'd put the Trump glasses on, and those Asian people would be like samurai ninjas that are like trying to kill them with swords and all types of shit. And then the same person or another person would be sitting in public by some, you know, Latino individuals, you know, and they're just doing nothing, not bothering anybody, reading books, eating. And then they put the Trump glasses on, and they're like, you know, it's like the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and they're fucking, you know, they're trying to kill people with machetes, and they go on from one thing to the next. Muslims, everything, right? That's Tony Pizza. Tony Pizza, you hear what he just said? He wants to be blasting Led Zeppelin. He's acting like there's a time and place that no longer exists where all this was acceptable, and it's not acceptable anymore. What Tony is telling you is he wants to live in a world where he could drive around blasting Led Zeppelin rather than rap music and not get penalized or punished for it. Tony, I'll tell you what. Let's do some sort of social experiment. We'll find a cop, okay, and we'll get, say, Cam to drive up next to the cop blasting rap music. And then we'll take you, and you'll drive up on the other side of the cop blasting Led Zeppelin. Who do you think is going to get pulled over, possibly pulled out of their car and beaten, and maybe even killed? Who do you think? Or at least just pulled over? You or Cam, or my man Rashid that was in here the other day, or Grump, or any of the people you met on here, friends of mine, or anybody black. What's the point? How about we use a Puerto Rican guy and he pulls up next to a cop playing reggaeton, Daddy Yankee or some shit, and you're playing Led Zeppelin? Who do you think the cop is going to be more suspicious of? You live in a fantasy, bro, okay? You live in a fantasy where white people, are a public enemy number one. That's not a thing in this country. It's the most racist country on planet fucking Earth, and white people control it. Okay, so this imaginary world you live in, this is, too prevalent on your side of politics. This is how they all think. It couldn't be further from the fucking truth.
These little fucking self-hating white people.
When's the last time you saw a white dude with a mullet blasting Led Zeppelin get pulled out of his car and shot in the chest while he's unarmed and his back is turned towards the cop? Oh, I guess he couldn't get shot in the chest if his back is turned. Through the chest, through the back, through the chest. You get my point, fuckface.
Cancel culture jerk-offs. I'm so glad that whatever kids I have out there, I didn't have to fucking raise them, because they'd all be dead if they turned out like this fucking group of fucking shitbags.
Here we go again. Okay. Whatever kids I have out there. Now, sometimes he has a daughter. Sometimes he's not really sure. It's whatever kids I have out there. You got to remember your lies, Tony. And he says they would be dead. If you're listening, what he's saying is he would kill them if they turned out like kids today. He'd kill them.
They'd be dead. I wouldn't tolerate it. Nope. If I had a daughter like Bumby, I would have fucking chopped her up already and fucking made her a runaway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure he would have. All right, I think that's where the goodness stops pretty much. Yeah. Oh, well, if he was a dad, he would definitely be a deadbeat. All right, guys, listen, what can I say? I'm disappointed. I'm disgusted. Tony Duck sent $5. Appreciate that. I got a total of $30 on this show. That is despicable. Last night, I think the second show was like 10 or 15 bucks. I think I made. Also despicable. Should I try again later, or should I just say fuck it for the day? Will there be money later? What do you guys think? I'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. I love you all, and until next time, salute.